So I woke up this morning, was pretty busy, and when I came in here, this is what I found. A whole pile of toilet paper. I wonder who collected that. That's kind of weird. But I think I know who it is. Oh, there's the culprit right there. Ha. And right now, she seems to be sleeping. Isn't that weird? Chloe, the TP thief. Hey, me and Matt here. So, here's another video about a superstar wrestler slash that, kind of interested to see what they do with him. I'm talking about, of course, Dean Ambrose. I'm a huge fan of Dean Ambrose. I've been a fan of him since he came into the WWE as the Shield. I don't know a lot of his matches in CZW, although I saw one, and they're pretty fucking hardcore, which is my favorite. I plan on seeing more, but I saw that one in particular a long time ago. Someone shared that with me, so I talked about, Dolph Ziggler yesterday and how I think that it bothered... Wait, was it yes? Yeah. How it bothers me that you have a wrestler who has potential, who can be a good wrestler, a good champion, who could be used properly, but for some reason, and this happens a lot, for some reason, it just doesn't work out the way it should be. And with my opinion, I think that Dolph Ziggler, well, as I said before, put up or shut up. Now, today, talking about Dean Ambrose, talking about how he's one of my favorite wrestlers today, beginning with the Shield, coming into the main roster with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I thought that he was one of the most coolest in that stable. You had Roman Reigns as the powerhouse. You had Seth Rollins, of course, as the Architect. And then you had Dean Ambrose, who I thought was kind of like the 1950s greaser type, like, cool guys, in my opinion. Also, had a lot of, I guess, Roddy Piper, Jake Roberts type feel to him. And I really dig that. I think that's awesome. And I know a lot of people that are basically old school wrestlers who have been watching the product for years don't like the fact that you get to see these guys who are not the typical huge muscle, 6 feet tall guys who get a push, and I understand that quite a bit. It's the way it is, though. I think each year you find wrestlers now that don't necessarily follow that mold. And I hope it doesn't get worse, in the sense that I know James Ellsworth is in the WWE. Please do not put that fucking title on him. If it gets that far, then we have a problem. But you recently, you get these guys like Brian Danielson, or CM Punk, or Seth Rollins, who aren't the typical. They're tall, but they're not that tall. Then they're not, real. They're not as muscular as, let's say, Triple H or whoever, The Rock. But then again, guys like Dean Ambrose, who you wouldn't think would have a championship on him. And yet he's already had the U.S. Championship, the Tag Team Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the WWE Championship. What really bothers me, though, is, and it's typical right now, is you get these guys and it takes away from the old school mentality of, okay, you gave them the Intercontinental Championship, you put them with the WWE title, and now that they don't have it, they're right back to square one, and they win the Intercontinental Championship. So, to me, that doesn't make sense. And they've done that with CM Punk and JBL and Kane and a bunch of these guys, and it doesn't make sense to me. So, I mean, they did that with Dean Ambrose. Now, that's not a huge deal, but, it makes no sense whatsoever. Unlike Dolph Ziggler, who should have. Now, that's the thing, too, is that I am a huge fan right now of Dean Ambrose. I just like the fact that, I like his character, I like the way he wrestles. But, in my opinion, when I think about Dolph Ziggler as well, I think that you had this whole shit of Dolph Ziggler going, oh, if I can't have it, then I might as well leave. Well, at SummerSlam, he built this guy up, basically, just to have Dean Ambrose keep the title. And that's fine. I mean, like I said, I'm not complaining that much, but if you were going to have Dolph Ziggler be triumphant, then you could have put the title on him and then have a rematch where Dean Ambrose wins back the title. Unfortunately, that didn't work. And they instead, I think Dean had the title a month. So he won it. I can't remember what pay-per-view he won it and what pay-per-view he lost it at, but he kept it for SummerSlam. So, I think so. Do I think Dolph Ziggler should go back to the title picture? Of course. I think that would be an interesting thing. It would be, yeah, I would definitely think that's possible. I know a lot of people would disagree with that. You have a guy that should actually have the title for a bit longer. I know that I mentioned that he reminds me a little bit of Roddy Piper, and Roddy Piper had the Intercontinental Championship for only a month and 3 weeks anyway, I think. But I think Dean Ambrose should have another run in the future, and then he should keep the belt for longer. It doesn't matter where, although I think he should still remain on SmackDown. There's also this thing about having the Shield reunite eventually. That would be cool. I don't know if it'll happen, but Seth is face both the Ambrose and Rollins are face, unless they want to turn Roman heel, which I wouldn't have an issue with that. Um, yeah, just a little talk about Dean Ambrose, one of my favorite wrestlers, and a lot of people are gonna shit on him because he's not the typical wrestler that you know. That he's not the typical wrestler, but he's basic. He's basically. I enjoy his work. I enjoy watching him in the ring. I enjoy his cool type of attitude, I guess. That's basically it. That's pretty much all I could say. I mean, I don't know what the Royal Rumble is going to hold. I don't know how it's going to work out for him, but yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.